Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched Interview with the Vampire, the 1994 film. I had just recently watched the TV series, and I thought about watching the film first. I'm glad I didn't, and I watched it afterwards. The film, I think, is a lot better. I don't know if it's just because it's now a classic and it's something that I saw when I was a kid and something I've seen in the cinema, and there's something about it that is a lot more elegant and exquisite, and um, there's a simplicity to the story. Once you've seen it expanded, um, it was nice to just see this how simple the story is. Basically, Louis is born. He mourns his humanity. He tries to create a family. They, separate themselves from Lestat. Then they are punished, and then we sort of have this aftermath where we have Lestat homeless and, well, not homeless, but a mess, and we have Louis just mourning, and feeling trapped by his reality. So pretty much the whole film takes place in, is it the 17th century, 18th century? I think it's the 18th century. Yes. Is it? I have no idea. 1791. Okay, well, it's close to. So, the 18th century, and it's really not until the end of the film that we actually move to a different time. So that helps as well, staying in the same time frame. The story is just told over a shorter period. It's much more concise. The performances are great. Tom Cruise, he pulls it off, but he's still Tom Cruise. You can't really not see Tom Cruise in the role. I think they would have been better off going with someone who didn't have a name. It probably wouldn't have been as big of a hit, although they still had Brad Pitt and Antonio Banderas. But because I think Brad Pitt does a fine Louis, but Tom Cruise, you just can't get past that he's Tom Cruise, I think, still to this day, and that was the big controversy at the time when they cast him. Brad Pitt is great, Antonio Banderas is great, Kristen Dunst is amazing, although I can never get past the transformation where her hair is suddenly like permed and done perfectly. Now, yes, they could have had her have more of a curl to her hair that just came in naturally or something. They could have gotten away with that, but not styled the way it was. And then to not keep that consistent in the film where her hair is always curly like that. It's a great image on one level to show that transformation, but it doesn't really make sense when you think about it. So there's a few little things that don't quite work, but they're mostly superficial. The vampire theatre troupe is terrifying, even though they do sort of mock death and they have all these scenes where they're killing people and it's done for comedy. You still are sort of, I guess, overwhelmed by the horror of what they are. And they are terrifying in their cackling, evil, something about it. They did a really great job of making the whole film a horror film, but not a slasher, obviously, because I think I was initially disappointed by this when I saw it as a kid, because I thought it was going to be like a vampire movie, and it was talking about, morality and eternity and emotions and all these things that I just wanted to see, vampires killing people. So, and obviously the romance of it and the homoeroticism of it as well, and all that went over my head when I saw it when I was young. But I got to appreciate it when I was older, and it's probably kind of telling that I eventually became a goth and I grew my hair long and everything. And I think the images from that film, well, they became iconic and they inspired me, and I think they inspired a lot of people. And I think they came to define what we now sort of see as the vampire, and sort of reinvented it from the old, horror movie, Hammer film, Dracula sort of idea of what a vampire was. And somehow, despite all the well-explored misery and that of the life of a vampire, people still engage in the fantasy of it and the romanticism of it, and still, seem to desire that. So it's a very interesting film. It's a very beautiful film. It was directed by Neil Jordan, who actually did A Company of Wolves, which I didn't realise. I just noticed because I was watching the making of documentary on the DVD, which is why we have physical media, and I realised that he actually did that film, which I didn't realise he had. It's another beautiful, amazing, exquisite film. And so it's no surprise now that he did an interview with the vampire, knowing that he did that first. So yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I love the film. I think it's beautiful. It holds up, and I'm so relieved, because sometimes you watch films and you're afraid to watch films that you have good memories of in case they don't, hold up, but this does. And now I want to go watch Queen of the Damned, which was actually filmed in Melbourne. They did a big crowd scene, a concert with all the Melbourne Goths and everything. So, of course I had to be there, but it's not like you can actually see me. I'm not like in the film. So, yep. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Did I say that already? I don't know. Just let me know what you thought of the original film and what you thought of the series if you watched it. Because I'm a little conflicted. I do like them both. But the film, it's just iconic. It's just beautiful. It's Interview with the Vampire.